TikTok might face problems. Will the problems be fixed? I don't know. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. And today I'll be talking about how TikTok is under pressure from multiple creators. Some small, some medium-sized, and some big creators. One of the more prominent examples of a big creator calling out TikTok is a creator named Dylan Page. But if you don't know who Dylan Page is, he's basically a news reporter that basically talks about the latest news that is happening around the world. He typically is non-biased or doesn't have any political affiliation with anybody, so that's great to hear. But TikTok is facing a problem with him because, and he noted this before, he's been having problems with the videos that he's been producing, mainly the ones that were talking about Venezuela. He stated that those videos are, in his words, being ran down by the algorithm in order for them to stop me from going anywhere. And because of that, he decided to exit TikTok a couple of days ago. But you might be thinking, why would he exit TikTok if he has a large following over there? This was the video he made regarding his exit from TikTok. And it's quite sad that he is exiting a quite popular platform. But the reason why he exited TikTok is primarily two reasons. One reason might be that the ownership of TikTok shifted from ByteDance to Oracle in the US. But he lives in the UK, so I don't think that can be true. But I think the second part is basically the increased control of TikTok under the Chinese government. More specifically, on the Chinese Communist Party. Do I emphasize that TikTok shall change its algorithm? No, their algorithm is pretty good. However, I do think that the people that are running TikTok must get their shit together. Because if you don't get their shit together, well, let everybody go to YouTube! Let them go to YouTube! And so on and so on. Like, why would you abandon your audience? You were the premier platform for video sharing, not video sharing, dancing videos. You were the primary platform for brain rots. You were the primary platform for Roblox kids to see videos. You were the primary platform for edits. Now that's going to be shifted away right now. TikTok was built on virality. It was built on virality. But virality is always connected to instability. Now, if you want to watch the full video that Dylan Page has, I will put a link down in the description for you to watch the full video if you want to. But for me, I'm not going to watch the video right now because there were a lot of information that was put out with it. This is what Dylan was referring to. The Creator Rewards Program, which I'm going to call CRP. He's in the CRP right now for TikTok. Note, he has about 18 million followers, so he's pretty big in the CRP. But in the video itself, it shows that his earnings per 1,000 views or so, earnings per viewage, not sure the CRP rate, but it went from an astonishing 0.97 sterling to now only 1 sterling. That is how bad that is for TikTok. Like, how would you go to the deep end of the spectrum? But also, this is giving me worrying signs that TikTok might be abandoning its core audience, which is primarily teenagers and young adults, and maybe shifting towards younger kids that may not know what TikTok really is. Again, in the video itself, Dylan talked to a representative of the European Union or EU regarding what TikTok has done. And the woman in the interview with Dylan, whose name is Sophie, talked about how TikTok misidentifies something as misinformation, as if misinformation is normal. This is the woman that Dylan's referring to, Sophie. For me, Sophie lives in the Netherlands, so she has some experience regarding all this. But I live in the US, so we're pretty close. Besides that point, Sophie brings up a good point where some of the videos that were produced by the government of the Netherlands were blocked by TikTok themselves because they classified it as misinformation. But it's the government that made that video. It was the government that spoke on the facts of the video. There was no falsification, there were no lies, there were no misinformation within that video. So TikTok misidentified something as misinformation. Dylan brings up another good point right here. In some videos that he would post, some of those videos would get like millions of views. However, that's only for some accounts. In other accounts, you can't see the video because the video may be blocked out. Dylan brings up a point where he was banned on TikTok because of the Wi-Fi. Are we in China right now? Is he in China? Am I in China? No, he's in the UK and I'm in the US. We are both not from China. I don't care what everybody says. The Wi-Fi doesn't determine what social media apps you run. It determines if you can connect to those apps or not, based on the signal. Now, Dylan talked to someone, probably one of his friends, that stated that they had to change their profile picture because they were depicted as another user. YouTube doesn't have that shit in place. Instagram doesn't have that shit in place. Heck, not even X has that shit in place. Not even Meta, which is Facebook, doesn't have that in place. I've never seen a platform that will require you to change your profile picture because you depicted another user. We see copycats all the time on social media. We all do. So I just don't understand what TikTok is doing. Dylan is talking to another TikToker whom is very famous. I don't know who's the name of this TikToker, but he was banned from TikTok for creating a TikTok account after he posted a video stating that he would put his legs on top of a helicopter in New York City. I've seen that before. I've seen videos of people putting their legs up, believing that, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can do that on other platforms. And they don't get banned because the leg portion is nothing sexual. It's nothing sexual about that. The legs are covered. There's no sexual body parts that are connected to anything else. TikTok just banned him for no reason. For no reason. It's not for safety. He had safety behind him. Hell, everybody in the helicopter was trying to make sure that he was safe. There was safety in there. I just don't understand what TikTok's doing again. Dylan called someone that was very, very anonymous. They didn't want to share their name, so I'm going to respect that. But the person on the phone stated that the people at TikTok are replacing their moderators, whom are human, with AI. Now, we've seen this before in other social media apps like YouTube, Instagram, Meta, and X. We've seen that. But TikTok is probably the worst of them all. Yes, you see them on YouTube. Yes, you see them on Instagram. But TikTok is the worst of them all. Because if one video violates your community guidelines, you're banned. It's not a 3-strike policy that YouTube has. It's not a strike policy that Instagram has. I'm not familiar with Instagram because I don't use it. But TikTok is being moderated by AI incorrectly. I just want to point that out. Dylan made a video that was posted on TikTok on his account a couple of days before he decided to leave the platform, and it was basically AI slop. So it was basically the video was about an AI generated Maduro basically being waken up by an AI dancing KSI, Dylan, and Baby. But the video was taken down by TikTok because of weapons. There were no weapons in the video as I watched the video, and that is creating some problems for me. Now, Dylan talked to a representative from TikTok at TikTok headquarters, which I believe is in Singapore. Just guessing. But he did talk to them, and the guy who wanted to stay anonymous stated that they do not know how many workers are there, and they stated that the structure of the company is unknown. It's a mystery. And I'm like, how do you not know a structure of a company if you work for that company? I just do not have any idea how that makes sense as a creator, as a viewer, and potentially a collaborator. Dylan brings up another good point, which I may have mentioned earlier, regarding that TikTok is giving creators less money per the Creator Rewards Program, or CRP. Dylan only received, get this, one sterling for 1,000 views, which is like, what, 1/10,000th of a sterling per view? That is not sustainable. That is not sustainable. But he did reference to another popular YouTuber named Marcus Jones. Man, I'm going to confuse myself with the punt returner for the Patriots. But Marcus Jones stated that there is a girl that he met at the TikTok Awards, which was taken last year. And she basically stated that even though she has 600,000 followers and about 10 million views, she's still working as a full-time employee at a job. What? So that means she cannot create her own business. She cannot create her own image. She cannot create her own branding. This is the problem that I think TikTok is facing. They have grown so successful within the past couple of years that they're giving creators less money. And oh yeah, Dylan stated that YouTube pays a lot more than TikTok, even though YouTube is hella rich. Yes, YouTube has its own problems, but what YouTube does that TikTok doesn't is pay their creators a decent amount of money, and the money actually grows once the creator grows in popularity. For TikTok, whenever a creator grows, their money just goes flat. It just stagnates. So, what's gonna happen for me? Because of Dylan's video, I am gonna make it official on January 24th, so tomorrow, regarding about my future on TikTok. I may continue on, and more so want to continue growing on TikTok, but the viewer counts, I haven't reached over 1,000 views in a single video on TikTok as a small creator. I haven't. I've been putting my heart and soul into the edits that TikTok provides you. But the amount of views that I see, it may not be worth it for me to continue. But a decision will be made by tomorrow regarding if I want to continue on TikTok or not. And for Sora, I may continue to have it, but I will have that decision by tomorrow as well. So, that'll be all for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you subscribe to this video and share this video to more people so they can see it. Also, thank you to my subscribers for allowing me to see this video to more people. And I will see you in the next video. Cookout!